folks, welcome back to My Kitten Reads. I'm Eleanor and this is my March 2023 reading wrap up. Sorry, it's been a minute. I know I warned you that I was going to the Grand Prix and wouldn't post anything that weekend, but then I got back, I had an essay due, and then I got sick in the last week and was just sick for like a week, and it hasn't happened for me. Also, since sort of March, I've been having real trouble finishing books. So this is actually quite a short wrap up. I only read 6 things in March, or finished 6 things in March. All of them were rereads. Yeah, and it's even worse so far this month, sorry. And I'm hoping the month is ending with Deweys, so I'm hoping things will get better and I'll at least finish some stuff because, yeah, I've finished like 1 thing so far this month. I keep picking things up and putting them down. My brain won't focus. So, and you know, illness and all sorts, and getting obsessed with ice hockey because why? But yes, anyway, the 6 things that I did read in March. Okay, no, they weren't all rereads. Sorry, I forgot. The first thing I finished was I decided that I wanted to do a Miss Marple reread. And then I discovered that I think last year there was an anthology of short stories published, which were Miss Marple short stories by various authors. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. So I immediately bought the ebook. And so that's called Marple, 12 New Mysteries. Most of the authors I'd never heard of, but there were a couple that I had. One was Alyssa Cole, which I hadn't read her work before, and the same with the other one that I'd heard of but not read, Leigh Bardugo. I liked most of the stories. They were fun. They felt like Miss Marple. Fun little mysteries. The last one, which was the Leigh Bardugo one, I didn't click with because it went somewhere that for me Miss Marple would never go. I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, it went a step too far for me in terms of what happened. Not like in a warning kind of way, really, but in a really dark kind of Miss Marple would never make that decision kind of thing. Yeah. But for the most part, really good anthology. Really enjoyed it. I really recommend any Miss Marple fans pick it up and check it out. Because they were really fun mysteries. Then I did actually start the Miss Marple reread. And I did get through the first 4 novels. So I'm doing it in chronological order of publication. So of course, first was The Murder at the Vicarage. I love this one. It introduces Miss Marple. She's not quite as sweet as in later books. She's a bit of a nosy Parker, but yeah, it's the church warden and big man of the village is found dead in the vicarage study after arranging very publicly to meet with the vicar about something. And it's essentially a case of how many people would actually prefer if this man was dead. Turns out a lot. So there are a lot of suspects. But yes, so that's The Murder at the Vicarage. Then I read my favourite Miss Marple and therefore my favourite Agatha Christie, The Body in the Library. I love this story. Okay, I'm very, very attached because there's a really, really excellent ITV version, which has it's one of the Geraldine McEwen version that I'm really quite attached to. And this is slightly different to The Body in the Library, like the novel, but I still really love the novel. I say it's my favourite Agatha Christie and my favourite Marple, but actually it's probably equal with the collection of short stories, the Tuesday Night Club, or the 13 Problems. 13 Problems, that's what it's called. But yeah, this is my favourite of the novels, let's put it that way. And in this case, Miss Marple's friend is woken up to discover that there is the body of a young girl in an evening dress in her library. and she and her husband are confused. And various shenanigans ensue. There's at least one other body, and yeah, I love this story. The other two that I read I have in this collection. I don't have individual copies of them yet, but yay. So they were The Moving Finger. So The Moving Finger is a story about poison pen letters being used to disguise murder, essentially. Yeah, so it's all a bit catty and there's like a little bit of a romance because this one's from the perspective of an injured pilot who is sent down to a village to recover in peace and quiet. And yeah, suddenly there are bodies dropping and there are people sending nasty letters. So that's fun. And the fourth one is A Murder is Announced, in which it's all about sort of a village which has its own sort of newspaper, and in the classified section, and all of this particular Friday, suddenly there's a classified saying a murder is announced at a certain address, and so everybody turns up and someone dies. There's a hold up and someone dies, but is it as clear as it is? Like, what's actually going on? So, and of course Miss Marple is staying nearby, and she knows people, and so she comes to visit and stick her nose in, and there are more bodies, and yeah, she figures that out. So that was my Miss Marple rereading. I haven't actually picked up another one yet because apparently my brain right now, books, no. Fanfic, yes. And so the last thing that I actually reread was Check Please, #hockey, the first volume of the Check Please comic. I finished this on the 31st of March. And this is not actually responsible for my current obsession with hockey, which actually predates picking these up to reread. But it probably didn't help. Yeah, but you know I love these comics. I love Biddy, I love Zims, I love the whole Samwell hockey team. And this one, the first one, doesn't get really to the point of what do you call it? Of the Falconers, but yeah, you know, this is what I wish hockey was really like, because I've been doing a lot of research and hockey culture, not good. Like, this is why I'm probably not deep inside it. I keep Googling players and going, yep, no, I can't like that player. But yeah, so this would be my perfect hockey world. My perfect hockey world. So, yeah, love it. Love it, love it, love it. But yeah, that was what I read in March. It wasn't all that much, and it wasn't particularly anything to do with my goals, and I am now like 5 or 6 books behind on my reading goals for the year, and don't even ask me about like my diversity goals or anything like that. I have started a whole bunch of books, so I suspect my TBR for the weekend is going to be, yeah, right, trying to finish something, pretty much. Anyway, you should hopefully, now I'm hopefully back in the swing of things, you should get videos because A, readathon coming up, B, I now have 2 Alcrates sitting there waiting for me to unbox. Yeah, we'll see how we go. I'm trying to get my life back together because everything's sort of just between the travel and the uni and the sickness, and so my exercise routine is shot and my habits are shot, and I haven't been to choir in ages, and rehearsal started back today, but because my throat is still like, I'm still coughing a bit, so I didn't go, and so I need to get myself back into routines, guys. I really, really do. And that includes reading stuff that's not fan fiction, because I have read a lot of fan fiction, but I haven't been able to finish anything else. So yeah, that's my March wrap up. March, oh God, it's nearly the end of April, guys, and this is my March wrap up. Yeah, so that. and a bit of a ramble about how terrible my life is at the moment. Dear me, I need to get myself together. One habit at a time. I can do this. As long as I don't get sick again. Please, please don't let me get sick again. I would like to not be sick. That'd be good. All right, I shall stop rambling and see you all again really soon. Bye.